vehicles and a large service shop for larger vehicles like trucks, buses, RVs, and industrial equipment. They also do furniture mirror glass replacement. All work is professional in every detail. Odin's Auto Glass, Highway 31 north of Cullman.
Don't be held captive by rising insurance costs. Freedom Insurance is a full-service independent agency offering all kinds of insurance from several reputable companies. We'll find the best policy for your needs. Flexible payment options and 24-hour service guarantees you the protection you deserve.
We're here to help you with what matters most. Your family quote today, Freedom Agency. Helping you with the freedom to choose is what we do best.
Mortgage. Let's work together in these difficult times to make it better. The Mortgage Center.
Hi, I'm Jay Mullins with Premier Bank.
And I'm Jacob Mullins.
For more than 26 years, we've been providing friendly personal banking services to the citizens of Cullman and surrounding counties. We continue to provide new and improved services to our customers, and we even have a new look. So come by and see us at any of our 9 convenient locations. And remember, the same friendly personal service, and we're open on Saturdays.
With classic bolognese behind you, there are racks of lamb ahead. There are tartlets to take on, and crazy knife skills to perfect. There is you and your muse, the appliance brand more chefs choose. Chefs choose KitchenAid for their homes more than any other brand. And when every machine does incredible things, there's so much more to make.
Presents Wake Up Cullman. I'm Jacob Murphy.
And I'm Natalie Bonner.
And we all welcome you to the show. Well, we've got some very interesting things happening today.
We really do.
But before we dive into anything, I'd like to point out, today's a pretty big day for the book reading community.
It really is.
Harper Lee has her new book out today, or I believe it's today, yes. Go Set a Watchman, I believe is the name of the...
Yes. Harper Lee actually wrote To Kill a Mockingbird. And she has been known for that novel her entire life.
Right.
So she has not written a book for this long stretch of time, and suddenly now she's just written this new book. And we are so excited to have Deb Lastly on our show tomorrow. She'll be our guest speaking about that book and several other books.
She'll actually be having some first edition copies of that, so we're hoping she'll bring those by. But again, we're going to save that. We don't have all the information that we should have on that, but we're going to bring that back tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one. So now's the time to remind you to go look at our Facebook page and find out who the sponsor of the day is. There will be a time to call in later and win some fabulous prizes. And speaking of prizes, let's take a look at those. You could win a day pass for 6 to the Cullman Wellness and Aquatic Center.
You could also win a large 5-topping pizza from Cullman Pizza Hut.
And our number to call in when you figure out who that sponsor is 256-734-7399. That's 256-734-7399.
So now it's time for our Facebook friend of the day, and that is going to be John Richter.
Oh, Mr. Richter.
Oh, yeah, and he likes Cullman Christian School and St. John's Evangelical Protestant Church.
Well, he's the leader of the church. Of course he likes it.
Yes, that is right. And for being our Facebook friend of the day, he's going to receive a Mad Dog Mike's famous barbecue sandwich, which, if y'all haven't been out there, Mad Dog Mike's is located inside the Berlin Quick Stop.
It's fabulous barbecue. Mr. Richter, I'm envious of you, so remember that. When you're eating that barbecue sandwich, remember that I wanted that sandwich.
We've got to get out there and try that sometime.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know if you know, but the Fest Hall has new extended hours.
Oh, wow.
Yep. The Fest Hall Farmers Market is located at the corner of First Avenue and Arnold Street Northeast. And their normal hours are Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. So they've added these new times, which is going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 3 to 7 p.m. For more information, you can give them a call at 256-734-2585 or 256-590-5009.
So we've got multiple times during the week to get out there, so no one has any excuse to not buy anything locally. We're watching you, Cullman.
That's very true. They also have First Fridays going on now, too.
Yeah, which is exciting. I actually got to make it to the latter end of one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
Well, and that's Second Fridays from the
that's
Chamber.
right, Second
yeah,
Fridays,
so we have First Fridays and Second Fridays.
See, now we've just got so many things going on that, again, no one has any excuse not to be out and about.
I know, exactly. There's too much to do.
Got all of all this warm weather that ties in with that. So,
Yes.
So we have a wonderful guest here today, and it's someone actually near and dear to the community, and someone very important to us, though many of us may not realize it. We have Mr. Kerry Watson here, who is our county commissioner. So we're looking forward to talking to him and kind of discussing some of the roles that he has in the community and how he really
Different
helps.
responsibilities and duties that he performs as one of our county commissioners. So.
Exactly. So stay tuned with that. We'll be right back with more.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life. I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
Have you been online to see our brand new website? Go to mycullmantv.com. There you can find links to see a live stream, notes from today's shows. You can meet our sponsors and even meet us here at the station. But don't forget about that Meet the Sponsors link. There you can see advertisements from the sponsors that help keep us on the air. You can also click on the links to go to these sponsors' web pages. My Cullman Television. Let's discover Cullman together.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
And we are back, and we have Mr. Kerry Watson here with us. He's one of our county commissioners. Welcome, Kerry. How are you doing today?
Doing good. It's nice to be here this morning.
Well, thank you
for coming by.
Thank you for joining us. So, you know what? I often have just wondered, what exactly does a county commissioner do? What's a typical day like for you?
My typical day, I get up about 4 o'clock in the morning. I leave the house by 5:30, go by the road department on the east side, check in with the engineer and the guys at work that do the work. We got some really good county road department employees that get out here and do a lot for the community. And then I'll come to the office, or it may take me and the engineer and may go out to a road or some area in the county that's had a complaint and look at it and just see what there's anything we can do to help the situation.
Yes, sir.
Then I come to the office, return phone calls, answer emails, have meetings.
Oh yeah,
and then I have another meeting.
The broad
lots
spectrum
of meetings, lots and lots of meetings.
Yeah. So it's a really good, enjoyable job. I enjoy it because you get to help the people. And you know, you wish you had more money where you could hit more issues, but you have to. It's like your budget at home. You have to do whatever your budget allows you to do. And so that's what myself and the other two commissioners, that's what we try to do for the county, is stay within the budget and do the best for the county that we can.
So every day is kind of pretty much different, huh?
Yes, you never know what's going to be going on when you get in, you know, because you may have a meeting set at a certain time, but then you may have another meeting come up that you don't know about, or something may happen that you weren't expecting. You know.
I can imagine incidences like the wreck we had here the other day would be something in that.
Yeah. Now that really don't affect us in the city limits, but still, you know, it's a way that we have to deal with stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Different road issues, things like that.
Personnel, budget, you know, all kinds of types of things like that may come up.
What is the most common problem you run into, or obstacle for you personally within the community?
I think the most common problem for us is the finance part of it, not having the money to do what we need to do. You know, and it's just, that makes it tough because you want to do what's right for the people of the county, because when you run, that's what your goals are, to be that person for the county and represent them and do what's right for them. And then when you're looking at the budget part of it and the money's just not there, it's hard to tell people, look, I don't have the money, or we don't have the money to do that for you.
Right.
You know.
Very true. So what inspired your political career here in Cullman?
Well, I grew up in Cullman County. I was a deputy sheriff for 16 years. Then I was a revenue agent for the county for 9 years, and now retired. And I've always liked being in service and helping people. So that was my goal, and I looked at this as another way that I could help people in this community and work for them.
Well, that sounds really awesome. So have you enjoyed being a commissioner so far?
I've very much enjoyed it. I told you earlier, 99.9% of it's been good. I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed all the people I meet, and the people have been really good to me, you know, and I've got a good response. And I think what they like is that this commission, we return calls, we go out and see people. If there's something going on, we try to be on the job, working presence in the community and involved.
Yeah, y'all are definitely everywhere, and I love that. I love seeing y'all out in public, and y'all definitely address the issues and concerns of people.
Thank you.
Speaking of that, Mr. Garry Marchman, can you give us an update on his situation?
He's better than he was, but he's still got a long road ahead of him. They're still trying to figure out what caused his liver to fail, and they're working on that, trying to get that straightened out. He's still in the hospital, so I'm sure him and his family would appreciate your prayers.
Absolutely.
And we're ready for him to be back. You know, he's part of a team. We're a commission. We're not just one. It's not one person per se. Each area, we're a team. When we step up there, we work for this community as a team. That's what the commission is a team. It's a team effort.
So with him being temporarily away. Does the responsibilities he have shared between you?
What we have done to help cover the west side, we've split the responsibilities. If calls come in, we're taking care of it, making sure everybody's taken care of and everything's covered. Myself and Chairman Walker and also the engineer, John Lane, is also helping. Like when we get stuff, we'll get to him if it's road related. Any other issues, we're taking care of myself and Chairman Walker.
Right. Now, continuing from that forward, are there any large projects you guys are working on this year?
Right now, we're right in the middle of the paving season. This year, we were actually able to pave approximately 80 miles of road, which is not a lot, but it's the most we could do. And we're really proud of that because, of course, we've got 2,200 miles of road in the county. And 80 miles, when you look at that, it's not a whole lot, but it's like I said, it's living within your budget and trying to do what you can.
It's the steps you take to complete.
And we've tried some new stuff. It's called fog seal. Our engineer, we're trying to think outside the box. For 40 years, we've done the same thing, and it's not working. So we've got to look at some different angles. So our engineer, he's really good, and myself and the other commissioners are good at looking outside that box. And there's some stuff called fog seal that we put on the Go Ridge Road. And what it is, it's a seal they spray over it. It looks like asphalt, and it seals the road. And it's supposed to make the road last approximately 3 to 5 years longer. So if we can get that to work, that means the money we've been spending on the same roads over and over and over, we can take that money and work on a different road. So we're trying to look at new ideals, and hopefully they work, but you don't know if they're going to work till you try them. And fog seal is about probably less than 1/10 of asphalt.
That's wonderful.
So, we did like...
Some more affordable and long-lasting, definitely.
And I can only imagine as time goes on, more technology, more products will be released, and everything helps. So eventually it might just be another system.
Yes, and that's the deal. We just got to be able to open our minds to it. I mean, when people are used to seeing something done the same way 40 years or 30, it's like none of us like change. We would like to be in that place where we know what's going to happen. And sometimes that change is good. And with the roads, we've got to look at change because our roads just don't hold up like they should. And one thing is the base that we have. We have a lot of white horse clay and stuff like that other places don't. But a lot of it falls back to the dollar. And I hate to say that, but if your tax base that you're getting is not, we're like number 2 or 3 in the state in roads. We're number 15th in tax revenue we get for roads. So that's a big gap from where we would like to be.
Well, from the budget that we've seen in the past, I mean, obviously you guys are doing the best that you can because we have, from my experience, some of the better roads in the state. I mean, I've driven everywhere, and my car thanks the road system every time we come through Cullman in comparison to a lot of places. So, I mean, no one has any ill feelings towards that. So we do appreciate, what you guys do out there to really make it easier for the rest of us.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. So we've covered, what it is that you do. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? How long have you been in the Cullman area?
I'm going to tell you how old I am. I'm 52 years. 52 years. I'm married. My wife, Renee, is a assistant director of transportation for the County Board of Education. I have a daughter, Jessica. She works for Premier Bank.
Oh, wow.
And my family, we all grew up in the Go Ridge area. So I came from a family of 6. So we're all here from Cullman and live here locally.
So we just stayed native.
Yes.
that works.
Yes.
Well, that's great. What is probably the hardest situation you've had to overcome as a commissioner to date?
I think the hardest part to me is the personnel issues. Because when you're dealing with personnel, you're dealing with people's lives.
Right.
So I take that serious. But you also got to realize that when you're dealing with personnel and dealing with their lives, you're representing the county too. So I've got to look at both sides, that I'm protecting the county, but also protecting the employee.
Right.
So, I think the personnel issues, to me, are the toughest.
And I can understand that. It's just, in any people job, it's just about meeting the needs of the people at the same time making sure that you meet the majority's happiness in that sense. Well, we appreciate you coming on with us today.
Thank you for your service to the community.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Is there any contact information you'd like to give, or is there any way we can reach you?
If you need to get in touch with me, you can call the Cullman County Commission office. And believe it or not, I can't remember that number right now.
Oh, that's fine.
But you can also reach me on my cell phone. It's Is it 256-620-2801?
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank y'all for having me.
And if you'll stay tuned, we've got some more interesting things to talk about today, so we'll be right back.
I'm Jay Mullins with Premier Bank.
And I'm Jacob Mullins.
For more than 26 years, we've been providing friendly personal banking services to the citizens of Cullman and surrounding counties. We continue to provide new and improved services to our customers, and we even have a new look. So come by and see us at any of our 9 convenient locations. And remember, the same friendly personal service, and we're open on Saturdays.
Black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
To buy or refinance your existing mortgage. Let's work together in these difficult times to make it better. The Mortgage Center.
Hi, I'm Jay Mullins with Premier Bank.
And I'm Jacob Mullins.
For more than 26 years, we've been providing friendly personal banking services to the citizens of Cullman and surrounding counties. We continue to provide new and improved services to our customers, and we even have a new look. So come by and see us at any of our 9 convenient locations. And remember, the same friendly personal service, and we're open on Saturdays.
With classic bolognese behind you, there are racks of lamb ahead. There are tartlets to take on, and crazy knife skills to perfect. There is you and your muse, the appliance brand more chefs choose. Chefs choose KitchenAid for their homes more than any other brand. And when every machine does incredible things, there's so much more to make.
Welcome back, everybody. Now's the time in the show where you get to call in and win some of those awesome prizes.
Absolutely.
So if you happen to check on our Facebook and like us on Facebook earlier today, you saw who the sponsor of the day is. So now is the time to call in to win those prizes.
Absolutely. Well, in other news, we've got some interesting things going on both locally and worldwide. So let's get into those today. We do have a heat advisory for Cullman. Absolutely need to watch out for that. The National Weather Service has placed a heat advisory on Cullman this week with the heat index readings up to 107 to 110 degrees. So here are a few tips on how you can treat heat-related illnesses. Muscle cramping is also often the first sign of heat-related illness. If you feel overheated and your muscles begin to cramp, do not ignore it. Now, from my experience, I mean, if you've ever seen people have these kind of issues, it's it usually is not the world's prettiest thing to see.
No,
it looks
it's
pretty
not.
bad.
It's scary. You know, it can come on very rapidly, so you should try to avoid that by, you know, consuming as many liquids as possible.
Absolutely, yeah.
You have to stay hydrated in the sun. I mean, you'll just be completely drained if
Right,
not.
and you know, take breaks often take breaks. People hate that. People with good work ethic like to just plow through these kind of situations, but it's bad for you. If you want to continue to be able to work like you'd really like to, you've got to stay shaded, hydrated.
Right. Shaded, hydrated.
Shaded,
You definitely
shaded and hydrated.
have to. But one thing I didn't really know is that if you are suffering a heat stroke, that you're not supposed to give that person liquids.
Do not treat heat stroke by giving the person
You're not
fluids.
supposed to give them any type of fluids. So that's just a pretty informative basic fact that I just wasn't aware of.
Yeah, that's something I learned today as well. So we'll definitely see how that plays out. Someone call in eventually and tell us how that works out.
Yeah.
Call 911 immediately if you or someone you know is suffering from any kind of heat stroke condition. You may also move the affected person to a cooler environment and reduce the person's body temperature with cool cloths or a cool bath. Do not treat the person by giving them fluids. Alrighty, so moving on, we have another more interesting story in the sense of worldwide news. Apparently, the drug lord escapes from American prison. Now, this is the title, which should tell you something because it almost sounds like we're about to intro the new like drama TV show.
Yeah,
but
it does. It sounds like a movie.
Apparently, El Chappo, and I'm probably saying that wrong. I apologize. Joaquin Guzman has escaped a maximum security prison on Saturday night. El Chappo, which means shorty, escaped through a 20 by 20 inch hole in his shower that led to a mile-long tunnel built just for him. So let's fathom this for a moment. This man was in prison, and he escaped through a 20 by 20 hole in his shower.
How do you not notice a hole that big? I mean,
I can't even think of how that would work.
I don't either. But apparently, this is not his first time escaping either.
No,
that's
and
the worst part.
That's the fun part. Is the fact that they're just okay with the fact that he just had a mile-long tunnel. First off, I wonder if it went through the shower into the ground, or was this building really a mile long that led to it?
I don't know. I think it was, if I can remember correctly, it really was like a mile-long tunnel.
Yes.
And so it was ventilated.
It states here that the tunnel was equipped with lighting, ventilation, and a modified motorcycle on tracks, which they believe was used to haul dirt from one place to another. So not only could people see the hole because there were lights, the hole itself was ventilated, and then it had a motorcycle driving back and forth in it, and no one noticed. Way to step up their game there, maximum security prisons. It gives people like me hope if we ever get in trouble for something someday.
But yeah, a Mexican drug lord escaping from prison has definitely been on the top of the news radar.
I mean, it's terrible. This guy is wanted or was wanted for all sorts of stuff.
Yes.
They believe that he is a multi-million-dollar leader of a worldwide drug empire, and sadly is that a lot of these drugs affect the United States. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are believed to be where a lot of suppliers in the United States are getting him from. Mm-hmm. It also states they believe that he is responsible for the murder of over 10,000 people. 10,000 people. That is terrible.
That is an awful,
what is wrong with this
thing.
guy?
He's just, he's spending his time where he should be.
And
now he's free, maybe they'll capture him for a third time.
Third time's the charm. I'm hoping this time they'll be smart enough to realize that a mile-long hole in your shower is probably not the place to let your criminals hang out.
Yes, exactly. Maybe next time they'll watch. Have a better eye on him.
Cameras, I don't know.
Well, you know what? In other news, Miss USA was announced.
Oh boy.
Did you watch that?
No, I did not.
Well,
honestly, I was kind of unaware that this was happening, so it's kind of cool to find out that this event has gone through.
Well, Miss Oklahoma, which was Olivia Jordan, she was crowned the new Miss USA, and she's actually a really awesome girl. She's got a great background, and she actually answered one of her questions. It says, during the interview segment, contestants were asked 2 questions and given 30 seconds. It's hard to answer a question that fast and on stage and not prepared.
I can imagine, you would hope that you could rehearse, but if they asked me a question on the spot, I mean, obviously I'm never going to be in a beauty pageant, but, I can only imagine that, I would give the world's stupidest answer. So, the fact that she was able to answer these and in a way that makes sense and maintains her respectability, I already have admiration for her.
Oh, yeah. Well, she was asked what the next big issue in the U.S. Is and what needs to be tackled next. So she actually answered that with race relations. She said, we have not solved this issue. We really need to be working on becoming a more accepting society. Obviously, race relations have been in the news a lot as well.
Yeah, that's
Lots
been one of
issues.
those hot topics recently, and it's sad that in the time and age that we live in, that's still a thing. And I mean, it's not any one group of people's fault. It's everyone. We've all been guilty of it. So.
It's everywhere, and that's a really great answer. Also, she was asked who should be featured on the new $10 bill.
And her answer is the best. I almost support this. According to this, it says Oprah Winfrey. Mm-hmm. Jokingly admittedly, but that would be probably the funniest bit. I would use the $10 bill more.
I don't think anyone would have a problem with Oprah being on the $10 bill. I'm just saying, but
I don't know. 3 guys in Utah probably would be upset, but
probably. But she actually, her honest answer was Harriet Tubman, which was a great answer.
I can respect that. She did a lot for America.
There were several contestants, and we are just excited for her. So congratulations to
Absolutely. Miss America, that's exciting.
No, Miss USA.
Miss U. Oh, okay.
There's all different ones.
See,
there's
I'm
like
so
Miss
uneducated
Universe.
in this.
I used to watch them when I was little.
Miss
so.
Universe? How does that even work? Like, who gets to decide
there's
that?
There's like a Miss Teen USA. There's Miss USA. I mean, there's some people that devote their lives to it, and I think it's awesome.
More power to them, because I will never be one of them. Alrighty. Yes. Well, I think that covers all of our news stories today. Why don't we take a look at that weather today? And again, the weather is brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet. Make the switch to Mitch. Alrighty, so it looks like our average high for today is about 91, pretty similar to yesterday's, and a low of about 71. Record high was set in 1966 at 104 degrees, so it looks like they were kind of in a heat advisory like we are. And the record low was set in 1964 at 57. The sunset tonight will be at about 8:02, and the sunrise tomorrow at about 5:36 a.m. So for you early risers who like to get out there, keep an eye out for that. Looks like, again, as per usual, we've got a few, pop-ups coming towards the coast there, and much farther than any of us should probably be today will be some showers. But it looks like in our area we're going to be pretty clear. Alrighty, and again, the average high of about 96 with a chance of precipitation of about 20%. Now, tonight, a little cloudy, more of a chance of rain, but with a low of about 74. And tomorrow, we're looking at partially cloudy, high of 94. So we're looking at temperate couple of days here. Monday and Thursday, Friday, I apologize, are looking pretty clear, kind of cloudy. Saturday and Sunday, Saturday looking a little rainy, Sunday not so much, and then Monday of next week we're looking at some scattered showers. So decent week. We've had worse, especially if we think back to 4th of July, where all of our hopes and fun was destroyed in one fell swoop.
Just dashed completely. But definitely keep in mind the heat advisory. So, like you said, definitely. What was that? Stay hydrated.
Yeah, stay hydrated, shaded and hydrated. We'll keep posting that out there until somebody makes that a catchphrase. Alrighty. Well, that was it for the weather today. Definitely stay tuned. We've got some more things to come up. Community billboards are up next, so we'll see you in just a bit.
Have you been online to see our brand new website? Go to mycullmantv.com. There you can find links to see a live stream, notes from today's shows. You can meet our sponsors and even meet us here at the station. But don't forget about that Meet the Sponsors link. There you can see advertisements from the sponsors that help keep us on the air. You can also click on the links to go to these sponsors' web pages. My Cullman Television. Let's discover Cullman together.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life. I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
Is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
Today's community billboards are sponsored by Pepsi and Cullman Jefferson Gas. Don't miss out on performances of Oklahoma. Those will be July 16th, 17th, and 18th at 7 p.m. with an added 2 p.m. matinee on the 18th. The price for students and seniors will be $12 and $15 for general admission. Don't miss out on sensory-friendly movie showings. Thursday, 10 a.m. at the Carmike Cullman. $4 includes popcorn and a drink. And July 30th, they'll be showing SpongeBob Out of Water.
Matt Mayer concert, evening concert at 7:30 p.m. at the Cullman High School Auditorium, July 18th of 2015. $30 a person, and be sure to give that website a look there just to get additional information.
Youth summer classes, intro to watercolor painting.
Vacation Bible Schools, Daystar Church, Night at the Movies theme, July 19th and July 22nd at 6:30 p.m. Be sure to give them a call and check them out at kidspowercompany.org/kidfest.
And July is Bring a Friend Month. Bring the most friends to your center to win a prize at the end of the month. It applies to each center, and this is brought to you by the County Commission on Aging.
Cookbook fundraiser, Women of Faith group at Garden City Church of God. They are $12.50 each, and the proceeds benefit the church's food bank. The contact information is Miss Rhonda Davis and Miss Patsy Kennedy. Give them a call, and again, those are $12.50 each.
You can also find out more information about us on our webpage, mycullmantv.com, or by email at mycullmantv@gmail.com, or give us a call at 256-734-7399. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at My Cullman Television.
Absolutely like us on Facebook.
And again, we are sponsored by Pepsi and Cullman Jefferson Gas. Wishing you a happy birthday today is R.C. Phillips and Paige Bradfield. And that's for today, Tuesday. And our weekly winner receives an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
So be sure to look out for that drawing.
Which will be on Friday. Yes. And also our anniversary will receive a $15 gift certificate from the Candle Garden.
And today's sponsor of the day is Mr. Hicks Menswear and Formal Wear. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30 p.m. You can give them a call at 256-739-1007. And be sure to like us on Facebook. You can follow us and figure out who the sponsor of the day is and keep in touch with us so that we can know more about you and you can know more about us.
And they can win those prizes.
Yes, absolutely. Always want to stay tuned for those prizes because they're wonderful. And you know what? It doesn't help
to
stay in the net. Yeah. Who argues with free?
Yes.
All right, so we've got a very interesting show coming up tomorrow. We've got Miss Deb from Deb's Bookstore here in Cullman. And we mentioned at the beginning of the show with the release of Harper Lee's new book.
Yes.
She actually has some first edition copies, so that's kind of a big deal. So we're looking forward to seeing her.
Yes,
absolutely.
And she'll tell us everything we ever wanted to know about any book, pretty much. She's just a literary genius, and we look forward to speaking with her tomorrow.
Absolutely. So definitely stay tuned for that. Well, again, I'm Jacob Murphy.
I'm Natalie Bonner.
And we at My Cullman Television and Premier Banks presents Wake Up Cullman wish you a great day, and thank you for joining us.
Comes out. Just remember when you're standing there and nobody sees and nobody cares. Dawn before the dawn. suddenly. Loving him is like trying to change your mind once you're already flying through the free fall. Like the colors in autumn so bright, just before they lose it all. Losing him was blue like I never known. Missing him was dark gray all alone. Forgetting him was like trying to know somebody you never met. But loving him was red. Loving him was red. Touching him was like realizing all you ever wanted was right there in front of you. Memorizing him was as easy